Hey, how's it going, guys? Domino Personally 1 here, and back again with another deck profile for you all. So we're just here hanging out. These guys are actually playing Stick of Truth in the background. But yeah, here with my good buddy Vic.
What's up?
Guys already know him as the Angel Feather guy, and he actually features a Genesis deck profile for you all. But of course, he has yet another deck to showcase for you guys. As you see here, it is Yandere Luquier or Luquier Reverse Silver Thorns, as requested by a lot of you guys out there. But Vic here, of course, has definitely been doing some testing with the deck, me and him, and he actually did pretty good at the locals recently as well, overall. So Vic, just real quick before we actually get to the profile, with your, I guess you say, your short experience, you know, with set 12 and playing Silver Thorns, you know, how do you feel Silver Thorns? How are Silver Thorns, you know, treating you?
They're treating me nicely. Well, except for yesterday, the fact that I got Great Stock like every match. I still got out of it, but like
they're testing you.
Yeah, pretty much. But I still got out of it pretty easily, and the deck's pretty solid too. I mean, all these tricks and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, what I really like, of course, the deck has a nice little cross ride and a pretty good stable Vanguard, but we'll get more into that later.
Yep.
So yeah, without further ado, let's get to it. So, for starters, you have your starter. What is this?
The Raccoon Girl, I don't know her name anymore. Don't care. Anyways, when the boost of Silver Thorns and it hits, check the top 2 cards. If it's one of the Silver Thorn, put them in the soul and put the rest at the bottom.
Yeah, if you do check 2 triggers, you can put them in the bottom if you want.
Yeah, so it's not mandatory.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I really like with the starter is that it doesn't have to like go into soul or anything, so it actually stays on the field, doesn't cost any counterblast and such, so definitely a nice, easy way to get some nice free early setup as well. Being that it's a 5k booster, you can definitely hit some pretty solid numbers as well at the same time. I know some people like to play Innocent Magician 2 as well, which is the grade 3 searcher. I don't know if it, like, I know of course this is the new hot starter for Silver Thorns, but have you ever considered playing like the grade 3 searcher at all?
Not really, because this is more viable, especially when I'm trying to get, where is she? Right here. Yeah, actually when I'm trying to get her in the soul, or any other Silver Thorns in the soul too.
It's definitely a nice way just to try and get your Crossfight off consistently, because, you know, Pale Moon is definitely arguably the most consistent when it comes to getting a cross ride, so really good starter nonetheless.
Yeah, I actually love Pale Moons a lot more than they did before.
Definitely, they definitely became a lot more solid and consistent.
Yeah.
Next up for grade 3s, we will actually just go straight to it. You have your 3 Luquier Reverse. So Vic, what does this card do?
At Limb Break, Combat 1 and lock Pale Moon.
Any Pale Moon, right?
Yes,
no
any. No Silver Thorn or anything, just any Pale Moons. And choose 1 Pale Moon from the soul and call it to a rear. Doesn't have to be open or not. And give it +5.
And it doesn't have to be Silver Thorn, it could just be any Pale Moon.
Any Pale Moon. So,
that's pretty nice.
Yeah, if I wanted to, I could call out Starter or
anything like that.
Yeah, or
that's pretty
trigger.
good if you want. But yeah, and it's also a cross ride. So what I like about this, of course, is that it's a instant +1 that the deck creates for itself, and obviously, of course, with the +5 that it gives to the rear guard, it can really make up for maybe a possible lack of boost that you may be having on the field. The fact is, you are locking 1 rear guard, so it's definitely a really good solid card. I think a lot of times you usually would lock like the Vanguard booster.
Yeah.
A lot of times just to maybe pump up one specific column to. I think the extra power would definitely benefit some of your rear guards in the deck as well.
Oh yeah, it does.
But yeah, it's a really good solid card.
Yeah.
And it looks crazy.
Right, tell me about it.
Yandere's.
Anyways, next grade 3.
Yeah, your 3 Miracle Pop Eva. It's not Silver Thorn.
Yep. Sadly, it's not a Silver Thorn, so the deck kind of falls apart.
Still a good solid card, but what does it do?
Every time it attacks Vanguard, Soul Charge 1, and it gets +1, so it'll be hitting 17 with the starter.
Yep.
And at Limb Break, when you break right into her, of course, or the normal Luquier,
just anything.
Choose 2 of your rear guards, put them in the soul, and call 2 Pale Moons and call them out from the soul.
When the Vanguard attacks, so it's really nice just to initiate some multiple attacks, and definitely with the right soul setup, with definitely some particular specific cards we have in the deck, could definitely be pretty scary to face against. So I know like some people just like to go straight up cross rides rather than maybe cutting the break ride. What are your particular thoughts on it, and with your experience, you know, how did the break ride really fare for you?
The break ride is pretty good, especially when I could just use Luquier skill to lock booster behind her and pump out.
Yeah, since the Vanguard gets +10 anyway, so
yeah,
it's a nice hard plus.
Yes, it is.
And then plus, I mean, it does give this deck a little bit more of that offensive power push towards the late game.
Yep.
Just because, you know, I mean, Luquier reverse very good card, but it's not meant to be like that big power pusher face in card.
Yeah.
So the Break Ride definitely gives another great option for the deck. And I mean, it's soul charges too, so it's another way to sub soul.
Yep.
And then last but not least, you have $90 worth of cards.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bullshit.
Still expensive.
It costs more than a Raging Form.
Not worth it.
But yeah, but just I think we all know what it does.
Yeah.
So
Two Luquiers.
have you ever done this? Have you ever done the skill like pretty often?
I only did it twice so far, and that was on top of break riding too.
I think that's very beneficial. Like if you're facing against like Saber reverse or anything or someone who tries to go crazy and just kill your whole field, you can just break ride, call your entire field, and just laugh.
Yeah.
So
like, it was pretty annoying when like. Half of when all these went to the damage zone and solo, and I couldn't do anything except for this in the hand. So I'm like, let's break ride and just call it crap out.
Yep. And then, all right. So moving on to grade 2s.
4 12 talkers.
Because 12 case.
Yeah, good.
And then 4 Maricica.
Maricica.
So what'd she do?
When she attacks and hits the Vanguard, Counter Blast 1 and call 1 Silver Thorn from the soul, so you can't call any like
Regular Pale Moon.
Regular Pale Moons, yeah. This is the card I usually call out for Reverse Luquier, so.
Yeah, definitely. That way you can have her with a booster to really hit a nice high tier column.
Yep.
Or a higher stage column to really try to put some added pressure to your opponent.
Yeah. Usually this column would be at 21.
Yeah, it's definitely a good solid card to ride turn 2.
Yeah.
Because it's almost gonna be guaranteed to hit. If you could like put one like rear guard unboosted, I mean essentially you could get a free booster out there without having to commit another card. So there's definitely a lot of nice plays with this card.
Yeah, I actually like this card turn 2.
Definitely really good.
Yep.
And then you have your 3 10Ks.
Yep.
They're 10Ks.
Vanillas. That's special there, but.
They're always good.
Yep.
And then next you have your perfects.
Oh yeah, so I actually like these a lot better than the other ones.
Yep, look a lot better. And I mean, perfect cards are perfect cards.
Yep.
Then you have 4 Irina. They're little neckles.
Yep. And it's the same as a starter, but actually when she's on, when she's called.
When she's placed on the field.
Yep.
Check top 2.
Top 2, Silver Thorn into Soul, the rest at the bottom.
So it's pretty good. I mean, it's nice ways just to maybe even keep recycling this.
Yeah.
Either with Purple Trapezist, which we do play in the deck, or Reverse Luquier. So this is really another way to set up. And it's another reason why like some people like to play Innocent Magician, because maybe the starter probably don't need the starter sometimes if you're just having ways just to keep recycling this card, but it's really just preference at that point.
Yep.
And then for these.
Yep. Pretty much the same thing as Maricica, only when she's boosted and hits the Vanguard. So Counter Blast 1 and call a Silver Thorn from the Soul and place on rear.
Yeah, so I think people do get confused that you just have to boost a Pale Moon. It doesn't have to be a Silverthorn you boost.
Yeah, the Silverthorn has to be called though.
Yeah, you have to call a Silverthorn. So I think that's where I personally got confused. And then last but not least, you have like my favorite card.
2 Purple Trapezist. I wish I had the promos, but oh well.
Yeah, oh well, I mean, it does the same thing.
Yeah, it's only a new color change.
Purple Trapezist, of course, is really good to combo with the Break Ride to essentially initiate some extra multiple attacks, potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 attacks.
Yep.
So it's
give or take.
Definitely nuts. But I mean, 2 is really good because as I was actually telling Vic, when we were talking about the deck, if you could at least ride 1 or at least have 1 in hand when you're about to break ride, that's all you really need.
Yeah.
So running more of these is a little bit too much.
Yeah. Actually, I like opening one of these because I just usually ride it and just keep it in soul.
Yeah. So that's good with Pale Moon. Whatever you ride, it's not a dead ride necessarily.
Yeah.
So you actually more likely want to ride these anyway, and it's another way just to like obviously put Luquier and Soul to cross ride.
Yep.
So simple as that.
And the trigger lineup.
The most exciting part.
Yeah, right?
4 heals. So you play 4 heals.
No, I play 4 draws because, 4 draws.
Yeah.
Sadly, I only have 2 copies of these. I'm actually looking for 2 more, but...
Yeah, just put in Soul plus 3.
Yep.
They're good. Dynamite Juggler.
Yeah.
This is like my favorite crit in Pale Moon. Actually, no. Next to...
Yeah.
But yeah, just 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal. Have you ever tried stands in the deck?
Kind of. It kind of worked. That was my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of works, but like at the right moment, it's just a dead card when it comes out.
I mean, I know like sometimes it can be a little gimmicky, you know, obviously you can stand and give power to the unit that you get +5 to with Luquier reverse, but I think like crits can be a lot more consistent for the deck.
Yeah, they're more beneficial than the stand.
Yeah, so just keep it simple.
Yeah.
So yeah guys, that is a profile for Silver Thorns. As always guys, leave a comment down below, let us know what you guys think. And any questions, concerns, and such. I'm trying to like put stuff on here. And,
make it look cute.
Yeah, we're gonna try and get some games going for you guys. Don't forget, just leave a comment down below what you guys want to see and such. But yeah, other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and such. So yeah.
Yep.
Later.
It's all about that hotness.
And Yandere is.
All the really crappy